Doc Kenson with you here. Today we got another shotgun, 12 gauge. Today it's going to be a Mossberg, and it's the Mossberg Maverick, the similar one to the Mossberg 500, except this one's the cheaper model. Pretty much from my experience, because I've owned several Mossbergs, they're pretty much the same gun. The only difference is this one has a few parts assembled in Mexico, or not assembled but made in Mexico, and the gun is assembled in Texas. To my knowledge, the barrels are the same as the 500. Most parts are interchangeable between the 500 and this 88 Maverick. One part that you can't change out between them easily is the fore-end. This one here is pinned. As you can see, that pin there. On the Mossberg 500, you actually have a nut that holds the action bars on. The bolts are the same. One big difference is the safety location. You notice here, there's not a safety. The safety's here on the trigger guard, and it's on the trigger assembly. I'm not sure, exactly every single part that's made in Mexico or made in the U.S. by them. And I do know that they're both about the same as far as, shooting them reliability-wise. If you buy the Mossberg 500, pretty much you're just wanting to buy the name, so you can say, hey, I got a 500 instead of, hey, I got a Maverick 88. But they're pretty much the same shotgun. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a couple of rounds here on this steel, and we'll see how she runs. I'm gonna show you something particular about the Mossberg here in just a minute. And before I do shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this here. We have you have no lifter. The lifter, well, you have a lifter. The lifter just stays in the up position, and on most shotguns, you have a lifter up top. Go ahead and put one in the chamber. We'll just pop some of the steel here. All right, as you can see there, it cycled those pretty good. That was federal ammo. It's the same as these here I got on my belt. I got a couple different brands we'll run today. One thing worth mentioning is the fore-end locks up after you shuck it. So your little button to push here to release that is right there. On this shotgun, you can't add a magazine extension very easily. You would have to buy a whole nother mag tube and barrel to do that, and that's kind of a pain if you want to add any kind of magazine extension on it. This one has the 28-inch barrel, and I'll go ahead and got a clay here. I'm going to try to throw it in and shoot it, so here we go. We got that one. A lot of times I'll just take them and throw them by hand. You can just toss them up. You can also miss very easily. Also, if you hit it though, when you throw it, just throw it up with your hand. They're closer, so you get more shot on it, which makes them bust very easily. Makes them look good when they just shatter into a million pieces. All right, I'm gonna show you something now that you're not gonna like about the Mossberg, and this will happen on the Mossberg 88 and the Mossberg 500. It's supposed to be one of the most reliable shotguns in the world, and everybody thinks that. I'm going to show you what makes it not. It's this right here. This is a lifter for this shotgun. This is a Mossberg 500 lifter. They use the same lifter. Mossberg sent me this. See how it squishes in here? When it's in the gun, it holds itself in with these two pins on each side, right there. Now, I'm not going to put any rounds in the gun for this test. It doesn't matter either way. It is empty, and I'm going to shut it. Now, say you drop your shotgun or even lay it down hard. I'm going to take it from about maybe a foot away from the ground and just drop it. It didn't do it that time. I'll show you though, it will do it. It did it that time. Right here, one of those pins had enough force from that small drop from about a foot off the ground to be pushed in there, and it's stuck now. If I rack this pump, it will jam this whole gun up and I'll have to take it apart to get that out. It would do the same thing on the other side if I dropped it on that side. If I try to push this, it moves that pin and it will get jammed. You have to kind of play with the action just a little bit. You want it to get it, there it goes, it popped back in. But this shotgun, supposedly, you know, and this is the same as the 500. I know this is an 88, but the 500 passed the military test. The 500 also is the gun that a lot of police carry. This is very negative for me. If I'm gonna trust this gun to my life, to protect my life, and I drop my gun, which happens a lot, if you're actually having to use it to fight for your life, say you just drop your gun, say you get hit, you drop it, it's gonna make this gun not work anymore. And especially if you don't know it and you rack that pump, that thing will get about halfway and it will not move. It will seize and you'll have to hammer it out and take the gun apart. That's a huge, huge negative and flaw for me. And I haven't found any other shotgun that does that. I just wanted to let you know about it though, because I've had that happen with 3 different Mossberg 500s I've owned and 3 different Maverick 88s I've owned, all with different barrel lengths and different guns. So that's 6 guns total that done this, and I'm pretty sure if you go test yours like this, it'll do the same thing. It'll make you rethink using this gun, you know, if you're using it on a serious basis. Now, if you're just out here shooting at clays, not really doing anything with it, that's fine. But the reason I even know that happened is one day I took this gun and we were shooting clays on the back of the truck, and I just kind of, you know, laid the gun down a little hard, a little rougher than I normally do, and it did that and jammed up. And that was for like a 6-inch drop on the back of a tailgate. So that's not very good. Now I'm going to go ahead and shoot some fast for you and see how she does. Sometimes with Mossberg and sometimes with any shotgun, you can have some ejection problems, extracting problems with some of the cheaper ammo. But my way of thinking, if I'm going to buy a shotgun, a pump, it should shoot every kind of ammo I want it to shoot. So this is just some Winchester, 1 1/8 ounce load, 8-shot. I'm going to go ahead and just shoot some a little bit faster for you. See how it cycles it. That was hung up on me there. All right, it put that out pretty good there. Go ahead and this is some estate here. And this is fairly easy to load if you're just going to load with one hand. For dual loading though, for like competition or anything, I don't like the way it's open. I like the lifter to kind of guide me in. All right, we'll do it one more time here. Got one more. All right. Well, guys, that's the Maverick 88. Just a quick review on it. You know, it's pretty much the same as a 500. So if you're looking at the two, this is a decent shotgun. Really, probably go with a 500 if you're gonna get one though. If you really want a durable gun and want to trust it. I actually have had some, not today I haven't, but I have had some issues with this gun. Some of the parts are just roughly made and don't seem to be, you know, a very well built gun. And that may just be the quality of Mossberg going down, or it could just be the 88 going down. I've had some failures to extract still on a lot of shells, and you know, I don't want that. If it won't pull the shell out the barrel, you know, it's not any good. I don't want it, especially in a pump that should shoot everything. I actually have a target over here where I had shot, and this is a modified choke that come in the gun with some estate load in that 30 yards. That's the pattern that it got. So just wanted you to see that. And that's all I have for you today in the video. And I'll see you soon with another gun, and we'll test something else out. Y'all have a good one.